Hey everyone, welcome to the final cut, and yes, it is another big superhero film hitting the big screens, and I'm weighing in this time on X-Men Apocalypse, brought to us by Bryan Singer, his third installment in the reboot, if you will, of the X-Men franchise. This time around, it's taking place in the 80s, 10 years after the events of Days of Future Past, where we see Charles Xavier's school is in full swing, mutants are definitely well known, and he's got a whole full school and many plans to expand his school for the specially gifted children that he has under his care. Meanwhile, Magneto's actually moved on, and he's just trying to forget his past and be just kind of a regular guy, and we see how that is playing out for him, while Mystique is kind of in the trenches, being the rogue warrior, if you will, no pun intended there, as she's helping try to rescue mutants who are being mistreated around the world. And we see how all three of these are affected and brought together thanks to the revival of an ancient mutant named Apocalypse, who's this mega super uber epic powerful mutant who has been awoken from his slumber and looking to wipe the planet of all the weak ones, gain all the strong ones, gain control of them, and basically build a new world order, if you will. And he does that with the help of his four horsemen. One of them is Magneto, as well as we get to see a new Storm, Angel, and Psylocke all become his four horsemen. We see how these characters clash with Xavier's X-Men to save the world. One of the things that I enjoyed about this film was the new characters. I'm going to put that out right now. I will say out of the big three now superhero films that are out, Batman v Superman, Civil War, and this, I had the most problems with this, but I was still entertained. So I'm going to say that right now. And I did enjoy the new blood they brought in here, namely the Nightcrawler character. Loved him. Loved his portrayal. Such a fun character, and he kicks some major ass as well, just as you would expect from his character. Just like in X2, he is one of the better characters in the X-Men group, if you will, and he's also really badass to see on screen. So loved the Nightcrawler, and seeing Evan Peters back in a more expanded role as Quicksilver once again. Really enjoy his Quicksilver character. He gets more screen time, a meatier part. We get to learn more about him. Loved that development of that character, and would love to see a partner movie, a spin-off, if you will, with just Nightcrawler and Quicksilver, because that would, I think, be pretty badass. Now, we do see Jubilee in here, but briefly, the other new characters, we got Angel, who becomes one of the four horsemen. Enjoyed the character for the time we saw him on screen. Fun to watch in action, definitely. And then Storm. Wish we could have got to see more Storm. I felt she was underutilized in here. They develop her. She looks badass. They give her some story. Out of the four horsemen, we really learned the most probably about her. And I did enjoy that. Would have loved to see even more of her. But I do understand her motivation of joining with the bad guys. So they established that well. Just felt like she was a bit underutilized. Especially underutilized was the Psylocke character. Yes, final battle, she shows up and she has a decent fight there. But still, I think Olivia Munn had two lines in there, and again, her character too just felt like it was kind of put in there for fan service, which was one of the issues I felt with this film. There were scenes in here that I loved that felt just like Days of Future Past, and why I enjoyed First Class so much. Some serious parts, especially the beginning storyline with Magneto and how he's moved on. That loved that bit, and loved this bit with the story and everything of the school. But then we get a lot of references in here I think I missed because I wasn't an X-Men fan. This felt, out of many of the comic book films, this one felt the most like it was playing a lot to the X-Men fans. I'm missing a lot of references, so I'm on the outside looking in, feeling like I'm missing a part of the party, okay? So for that I kind of had a problem with. And then the Apocalypse character. Now, Oscar Isaac plays him very well, but they set him up as this big, uber epic character, but it leaves a few plot holes, gaping plot holes, in his motivations, as well as how he goes about things in this film. You're just like, dude, you're epic powerful and you're doing this? So there were a few things there that I had an issue with as well. And then some of the dialogue, especially at the end, man, it's a superhero film, and you will get cheesy kind of dialogue like that, but in this one, man, especially near the end of the climax film, there's a specific scene in there that James McAvoy playing Charles Xavier, I'm like, oh, man, why'd you have to put it that way? So this film was definitely a roller coaster for me. There were scenes and individual characters and such in here that I loved. I wanted to see more of. But it was when it got really superhero-y, and especially in on its references from other X-Men comics, that I think it kind of lost me. In the end, I still give X-Men Apocalypse 3.5 stubs. It is a visual spectacle. It should be seen on the big screen, and I would say at least go see it on a matinee. And if you're a big X-Men fan, you're probably going to love this film quite a bit, or you may hate it for the liberties they've taken with the characters, but in either case, it'll definitely get a reaction out of you. And for me, like I said, I thought it was alright. I was entertained, but just would have liked to see it taken a little bit different direction, and I think that might be because of the fault of Bryan Singer, but who knows? We'll see what happens with the next one. So, thank you so much. Leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this film. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already. We are that close to 1,000 subscribers. Can only do it with your help. I appreciate every single one of you, and until next time, keep that ticket stub.